In a forest far, far away, there were two greedy wolves, and their names were Jack and Hector. They got along well, but when it came to food, they always ended up fighting. One day, while they were arguing over an apple once again, Hector noticed that by a tree there was a little goat.
Yoo-hoo! You can enjoy your apple, Jack. I have found a much more delicious meal.
Hector, very slowly, made his way to the tree and walked around it. And Wolf Jack snuck around the other side without Hector seeing him. The innocent little goat, who was unaware of what was happening, was busy eating the grass on the ground. The two wolves came face to face with each other, and both ran towards the goat at the same time. In that moment, the baby goat jumped up into the tree to pick an apple from the branch. And the wolves crashed into each other head-on. The innocent goat eating the apple didn't even care about the wolves. He finished his apple and made his way over to the bridge to get more grass. With no hesitation, the two wolves immediately went after the innocent goat. The goat crossed the bridge easily because his body was light enough to go over the bridge. But when the wolves tried to follow, the bridge collapsed.
Oh, my leg! No! You're too heavy. The bridge collapsed because of your huge feet.
No, it must have collapsed because of your huge belly.
Wolf Jack saw the goat climbing towards the top of the mountain and picked up a handful of mud and threw it at Hector. And chased the goat. Then Hector wiped his face dry and went after them immediately. However, while the innocent goat was happily jumping from stone to stone,
la 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 la,
he was still unaware that the wolves he thought he had left behind were still hunting him. At that moment, tiny stones slipping under the goat's feet started to fall and hit Jack in the face. This made Jack lose his balance, and he fell into Hector, who was right behind him. And of course, the two of them crashed into each other.
He slipped through our fingers again because of you.
The two silly wolves realized that this was not the best way for them to catch the goat. Wolf Hector said, "Look, my brother, you're hungry and so am I. Let's catch this goat together and share it eventually." Jack thought for a moment and accepted. And later, they saw the goat going into a cave and followed him inside. "Hey, little goat, we've got you cornered, and now we're finally going to eat you," said Wolf Hector. And then, as the wolves were about to jump on him, the goat came forward and stopped them.
Meh, I won't be enough for both of you. There's a herd of goats outside.
While the greedy wolves were discussing it, "I'll go get them!" "No, I will!" and were distracting each other, the little goat snuck out between them and cleverly blocked the entrance of the cave by pushing a stone with his horns, which meant that the wolves were trapped inside the cave. While the goat carried on grazing freely and without any worry, the greedy wolves paid the price of rivalry by going hungry as they had before.
If only we could eat the apples from that tree.
Ow!
The three little pigs were very, very happy that day because the mother pig has packed the most delicious foods in their baskets for them to have a picnic by the lake.
Be careful, okay? Get home before it's too late, kids.
Okay, Mommy.
The little pigs went excitedly to the lakeside. They were both eating and having fun. However, they were unaware of the wolf watching them hungrily through the trees.
Not one, not two, but 3 pigs.
The pigs, after eating and drinking, took a peaceful afternoon nap. Taking advantage of this, the greedy wolf slowly approached them. With a thin twig, he tickled the ear of the youngest pig.
Go away, fly!
Gurky was pushing away the fly with his hand, but after a while, he was tickled again. Finally, he opened his eyes and saw that it was a huge wolf that tickled him.
Wake up! Wolf!
When the other two pig brothers woke up and saw the wolf in front of them, they ran quickly and left the picnic place. The wolf wasn't in such a hurry to catch the pigs, as he thought they wouldn't be able to get very far with those tiny feet anyway, because the wolf's feet were huge. The little pigs saw a huge white palace just ahead. They thought that if they ran inside, the wolf would never find them. Thus, they entered through the magnificent garden gate of the palace. However, the owner of this palace was the beautiful Snow White. While the princess was chatting with the hunter in the garden, she noticed the pigs entering. Although the hunter immediately grabbed his bow and arrow, Snow White stopped him. Instead, she wanted to help the little pigs and went after them. Pigs! Wait! But the pigs were so frightened when they saw the hunter that they didn't even notice that Snow White was calling out to them. While they were worrying about where to hide, they came across 3 doors in 3 different sizes. The little pig Gurky went through the little door. This was a toy room. There were all kinds of toys everywhere. The middle pig, Torky, rushed through the middle door. This room was a book room. Everywhere was full of books. And their older brother, Porky, entered through the biggest door. This was a dining room. Inside there was a huge table filled with various kinds of food. Meanwhile, the wolf, following the pig's trail, managed to enter the palace without being seen by the hunters standing in the garden. He came in front of the small door as he was walking through the palace corridors, smelling.
I know you're here, Piggy. Open the door, or I'll huff and puff and blow the room down.
The little pig Gurky, when he heard the wolf's voice, he hid among the toys in fear.
No! You can't do this!
The wolf huffed and puffed. The little door snapped open. Gurky started running around among the toys.
Help!
Just when the wolf was about to catch the little piggy, Gurky ran out of the room and ran to Torky. Torky took his brother in immediately. When Gurky told his brother that the wolf was after them, they both hugged each other in fear. The wolf came to the front of the middle door this time.
I know you're in there, piggies. Open the door, or I'll huff and puff and blow the room down.
This door is bigger. You can't blow it down like that.
So the wolf huffed and puffed. And thus the middle door was also opened. The pig brothers started to run away from the wolf, jumping around. The wolf was about to catch them both when Torky and Gurky quickly got away and ran to their brother Porky. Porky let his brothers in and closed the door tightly. He told his brothers that they would be safe here, that the wolf did not have the strength to break down this great door. This time the wolf came in front of the big door.
I know you're in there, piggies. Open the door, or I'll huff and puff and blow the room down.
The pigs hid under the big dinner table in fear, and so the wolf huffed and puffed. But the big door did not open. The wolf huffed and puffed again. The door just stood there intact. not destroyed. Just as the wolf was about to kick the door with all his might, Snow White appeared right next to him.
Hey, Wolf! Leave the pigs alone and leave my palace now!
The wolf was very angry with Snow White, who wanted to expel him from the palace. He took off his pointy nails and walked towards the princess. He thought he'd eat her first and then the pigs. Just as the treacherous wolf was about to pounce on Snow White, the hunter came in. Sensing the danger, the hunter fired his arrow at the heavy palace curtain over the wolf's head. The curtain has fallen on the wolf with a bang.
Ah! Help! What a heavy thing this is! I can't get rid of it!
No matter how hard the wolf tried, he couldn't move because of the weight of the curtain. Taking advantage of this, Snow White opened the big door with her key and went to the pigs hiding under the table. She told them that they had caught the wolf and that they would send him far away from the palace. The pigs came out joyfully and hugged Snow White.
Woohoo! Thank you! You're our hero! Hero Snow White!
The hunter of the palace entangled the wolf with ropes at once and left him in the farthest corner of the forest. And this is how Snow White and the three little pigs' friendships that will last forever began. And the wolf, in the furthest corner of the forest, thought about how his greed had hurt him.
Deep in the forest, near a lovely lake, was a wolf. A hungry wolf, whose stomach was growling. He had his eye on 3 tasty young pigs and was waiting for an opportunity to catch them and make them his dinner. The oldest of the pigs was greedy and gluttonous. He was always eating his brother's food and never sharing his own food with them.
Hey, that apple is mine. I'm saving it for later.
A greedy, gluttonous pig. I know very well how to catch you.
The bad wolf placed one of the gluttonous pig's favorite apples on the forest path, and he set a trap at the end of the road.
Now eat these apples, so that when I eat you, I will be full.
The giant gluttonous pig was overjoyed when, on his way home, he noticed that there were many kinds of apples on the ground.
Oh, my favorite fruit. Here's another apple. What? There are lots of apples here. I must take them all before my brothers see, because all of them are mine. Mine!
When the giant gluttonous pig tried to pick the last apple, the wolf pulled the snare rope and a huge heavy net fell on the pig. Even though the giant pig struggled, he could not escape from the net.
Help! Help! What's happening? Help!
You fell into my trap. I'm going to take you home and eat you, gluttonous pig.
At that time, the pig brothers, who were really hungry, heard the voice of their brother.
Help! Let me go! Help me!
When they rushed towards the forest road in great haste, they saw that the evil wolf had caught their big, greedy brother.
Oh no, we must save him. But I am not strong. I'm afraid of the wolf too.
Despite everything, the brave little pigs decided to save their brother. They followed him as the wolf took the giant pig to his lair. Tired from carrying the giant pig, the wolf fell asleep.
Psst.
there's someone there. Shh, be quiet. We came to save you.
The pig brothers tried to push the wolf to save their brother, but they couldn't because they were not strong enough.
Maybe if you'll give us the apples you hid in your bag, we can gather strength to save you.
No, they're mine. If I get out of here, I'll eat them all.
Oh, the noise of those piggies. Their voices haunt my dreams. I will eat them all, one by one. Yum, yum,
Then we're leaving. You stay here with the wolf.
The giant pig was finally convinced.
Okay, take them. But, I'll keep just one for myself.
Pig!
Okay, all right. Here, take them all.
The brothers ate the food given by the giant gluttonous pig and were finally able to push the wolf aside. Together, the 3 pig brothers managed to rescue the giant pig from the net with great difficulty. Then they quickly returned home. When the evil wolf woke up, he was very angry that the pig had escaped.
No one can steal food from me.
The giant gluttonous pig understood that stealing other people's food was actually greed. And from that day on, he was happy to share all his favorite food with his brothers, especially those beautiful, colorful apples.
While 3 little rabbits were walking through the forest, they found a huge carrot.
Wow! Look at this! I saw it first!
I saw it first! This carrot is mine! I don't care!
But I saw the carrot too!
While the rabbits were arguing for a long time, one of them finally came up with a great idea.
Let's go to the furthest part of the forest and race up to here then. Whoever comes first gets the carrot.
But they could not decide which race they would like to do.
I run very well.
And I jump very well.
At that time, the bad wolf, Jack, who was wandering hungry in the forest, immediately hid in the bush when he heard the sound of 3 little rabbits.
Grr. I'm so hungry that only if I swallowed those 3 rabbits at the same time I'd be full. Okay, forest running race first.
As soon as Bad Wolf learned that the rabbits were going to be competing for carrots, he went ahead and dug a deep hole in the running path. He also covered it with leaves.
No rabbit can escape from my traps. Ha 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 ha!
A little later, the 3 rabbits started a running race. Each of them rushed past each other. It was not clear who was ahead and who was behind. The big bad wolf, Jack, who saw the rabbits running towards the trap, was watching them curiously.
All 3 of you will fall into that pit! Ha 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 ha!
But the rabbits passed over the trap so fast that they left a huge cloud of dust behind them. The wolf who came and looked at the trap was very surprised because the trap was still intact.
Huh? Why didn't the rabbits fall into my trap?
Jack took 1 jump on the leaves to control the trap, 2 jumps, and the 3rd time he fell into the pit himself.
No way! I fell into my own trap!
While the wolf was trying to get out of the pit, the 3 little rabbits raced to jump the furthest.
Remember, we will jump by following the direction signs to the carrot.
Just as the race was about to begin, the 2nd rabbit got a thorn in her foot.
Oh! But I can't jump with that thorn! Oh!
While her rabbit friends helped her, the evil wolf Jack changed the direction signs for the carrot.
Jump into the swamp and I'll eat you up with great appetite. You little cute rabbits! Grr!
Jack set out for the swamp before the rabbits. Meanwhile, the second rabbit finally got rid of the thorn in her foot, and the jumping race began. Each of them was jumping further from each other, following the direction signs. After a while, they came to a crossroads. There were carrot direction signs on both sides, and they were very confused.
Are we going to go left or right?
I guess left.
No, right!
The rabbits decided to continue on the left side of the road. Meanwhile, the bad wolf spread the sticky honey he stole from the bees on the rock in the middle of the swamp and began to wait for the rabbits curiously.
This will be your last jump, bunnies! Ha 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 ha!
The rabbits finally saw that the place they had jumped up to was a swamp, not the side of the carrot.
No way! I think we have extended the way to the carrot.
Then let's jump off the stones in the swamp and cross over.
While the rabbits were jumping over the stones, one of them got stuck to the rock.
Oh, I'm stuck to the stone! I can't jump!
His friends who wanted to help the unlucky rabbit came to him and quickly pulled him from his arm.
Thank you, my friends.
So the rabbits continued the race. Bad Wolf Jack, whose hands are covered in honey, was attacked by bees while he thought he was going to catch rabbits.
Oh, help!
He fell into the swamp while running away in fear.
Oh, ouch! I'm sinking! Help!
The rabbits finally came to a riverbank for the third race.
I know swimming very well. Watch how I will be the first.
While the rabbits were talking to each other, Jack had another plan. He placed a crispy lettuce just where the rabbits would land. He took a long net in his hand and climbed the tree.
While the rabbits are eating lettuce, I'll catch them from here.
The rabbits quickly started a swimming race. If one got ahead, the other would swim faster and overtake the other one. Finally, all three of them landed at the same time, finishing the race. When the rabbits saw the lettuce right there, they started to eat it with great appetite. Just as the bad wolf was about to catch them from the top of the tree, one of the migrating storks got caught in Jack's net and flew away with him.
No! Let me down, quick! Ah!
The rabbits finally got very close to the big carrot, and they started running towards the carrot for the last time. But Jack, the wolf disguised as a carrot, was waiting for the bunnies at the finish line.
This time I will eat you as soon as I open my mouth!
While the wolf was waiting for the rabbits with his eyes closed and mouth open, an old farmer approached him with joy when he saw a giant carrot.
Whoa! Look at that carrot! It's huge!
The farmer didn't even realize that the carrot he was shouldering was actually a wolf disguised as a carrot.
Grr! Leave me! I'm not a carrot. I'm the bad wolf. The bad wolf! Jack!
At the end of the race, The rabbits reached the finish line at the same time, so all three of them took first place.
We all won all the races at the same time.
Then the three of us can share the giant carrot.
Yes, but where is the carrot?
When the rabbits wandered around a bit, they found the real carrot the wolf was hiding. And they all ate well together. Because the important thing is to have good friends with whom you can achieve anything together. One day, an animal court was established deep in the forest. Almost all the animals were together to watch the court that day. Lady Chicken was at the desk to write complaints one by one and wore her glasses so as not to make any mistakes. The trial of the 3 little pigs and the big bad wolf, she wrote on the paper in front of her. At that time, everyone was excitedly waiting for the judge parrot. Because when the forest court was established, it was him who determined who was wrong and who was right. After a while, the biggest animal of the forest family, the elephant, brought 3 little pigs. Porky, Torky, and Gurky jumped off the elephant's back and took their places. Another elephant brought the big bad wolf on his back. The animals, of course, were scared at first when they saw the wolf. And finally, the judge parrot who was going to rule the court also came. He sat on a log that stood higher than everyone else. The animals stood up because of their endless respect for him.
Hello, my forest friends! You can sit in your seats.
While the parrot was reading the notes from the papers in front of him, the mother of the 3 little pigs immediately spoke up. Dear parrot!
Dear parrot!
The wolf, you see, tried to eat my children!
My children!
Please do not speak before the parrot.
If anyone spoke before the parrot would repeat after them. He had to drink water to stop himself.
Silence, please!
Yes, first I'll listen to the complaints from the 3 little piggies.
Hello, dear parrot. My name is Gurky, the youngest piggy of our family. I lived in a straw house that I made myself. I was very proud of it. But one day, the big bad wolf sneaked up in front of my house and tried to eat me.
No! I object, dear parrot.
Dear parrot?
Please do not speak without permission.
Fortunately, the elephant gave the parrot some water with his trunk, and the court was able to continue from where it left off.
Let's continue with the pig family.
Dear parrot, the wolf you see there came in front of my wooden house and tried to eat me too.
So we fled to our brother Porky to save our lives.
But the evil wolf did not stop, dear parrot. He came to my house too.
According to the rules of the forest, no one can enter anyone's home without permission or unannounced.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
It's a shame.
Definitely, it's not acceptable at all.
The parrot slammed his gavel on the table to silence those who were making noise.
Silence! Everyone needs to be heard equally, forest animals. So let's listen to what the wolf wants to say.
First of all, hello to all forest animals. You all know me as the big bad wolf. But I am actually a very good wolf.
Wolves who devour little ones are not good.
Wolves who devour little ones are not good.
Please do not speak without permission.
While the parrot was drinking his water, the wolf continued to tell what happened.
The day the incident happened, I got up early in the morning. I had a nice breakfast at home.
What did you eat for breakfast?
I put strawberries between the leaves of the hazelnut tree and ate them, sir. Then I went for a little stroll in the forest. At that time, I saw the straw house made by Pig Gurky. The house did not look like a solid house at all. I was afraid that it would collapse in an instant and the little piggy would fall under the straw. So I looked in and told the pig this house was not solid. When he didn't believe me, I said, "I will blow and puff and destroy your house. Then you'll understand me."
Then you blew and puffed and destroyed his house, or what?
Yes, sir. So I proved to the pig who didn't believe me that his house was not safe. Then I saw a tiny wooden hut a little further away. When I got closer, I realized that this place was not solid either. Moreover, this time there were 2 pigs in it. Yes, that was my house, and my brother was afraid.
My brother was
afraid of you and came to me.
Afraid of you and came to me.
I beg you, don't interrupt anyone.
Sorry, Lady Chicken.
You can keep telling, Wolf.
Look, this hut is not solid. I'll blow and puff and destroy your house, I said through the window, and I blew. The hut was also destroyed.
So you blew and puffed to show that the house these 2 little piggies built would hurt them?
Yes, dear parrot.
And the piggies thought you destroyed their houses to eat them.
Yes, dear parrot. He was gonna eat us.
The parrot wanted to think carefully about what the pig said and what the wolf had said. For this, he took off towards the sky and landed on a cloud. This was his place of reflection. Meanwhile, the animals waiting in the forest were talking about who was right and who was wrong.
I think the piggies are telling the truth. I've never seen a good wolf before.
I think the wolf is telling the truth. Why would he want to eat the piggies when he's full?
Right. Definitely, of course.
Finally, the parrot made a decision and floated down the cloud of reflection. He landed on top of the log again. Everyone was excited to hear the decision of the parrot.
I came to a decision by thinking according to the rules of the forest. Right, Lady Chicken. In our forest life, we have never seen a wolf doing good.
We've never seen it, never.
Yes, we've never seen it.
That's true.
But that doesn't mean wolves can't be good.
Yes, they can.
Yeah.
Of course.
And I thought, actually, hazelnut trees and strawberries don't grow in our forest.
Aha! Yes, it's true.
There are no hazelnut trees or strawberries in our forest.
The wolf, who even lied about what he fed himself with, has definitely acted wrong in this incident. My decision is for the wolf to build a new and sound home for the 2 little piggies. In this way, as the only wolf who has done good in the forest, he will be an example to other wolves.
Thanks, dear parrot.
The trial of the 3 little pigs and the big bad wolf is over!
Thus, all the animals in the forest understood who was right and who was wrong. After that day, everyone continued to live in peace and happiness by following the forest rules.